shift some, if not all, of those players, where will they look to strengthen?
Yeah, look, we should reiterate that the focus totally after they brought in Bryan Mbeumo was player sales. But having said that, throughout this transfer window, we have been saying that they are trying to strengthen in the number 9 position. They do want to bring in a striker. They have explored the conditions of a deal for a number of strikers, including Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins, Victor Gyökeres of Sporting, who of course is on his way to Arsenal, Nicholas Jackson from Chelsea, though his price could be really prohibitive, and interestingly, RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, who's been linked not only with Arsenal but with Manchester United as well for the last 3 seasons or so. Now, the interesting thing about this is the director of recruitment at Manchester United is a gentleman called Christopher Vivell. He knows Sesko really, really well because he actually signed Sesko as a 16-year-old when he was at Red Bull Salzburg. So if you look at United's movements in this transfer window so far, the players that they brought in the forward areas, Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo, Ruben Amorim wants them to play in the 2 number 10 roles. But significantly, they are both players who have had significant Premier League experience compared to some of the other signings that they made in the forward areas in recent seasons, the likes of Joshua Zirkzee, Rasmus Højlund and Anthony. You just get the impression that maybe Manchester United feel that they need to have learned lessons from what's happened in the past and bring in players who are ready to go in this transfer window. Exactly. But look, the potential recruitment of a striker, of a number 9, that is likely to happen later in the window, if at all. I'm not saying that is definitely going to happen, but United definitely in the market to bring one in.
Right, talking of strikers, next. But first, Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford has completed Manchester United. It's a long loan move to Barcelona. The deal includes an option to buy him next summer, which we understand to be around £26 million. And Gary is behind us and has been listening in to the new Barcelona player. Gary, what did he have to say? I mean, it was quite an introduction from that telephone box, wasn't it?
Yeah, just to clarify, this is not the last Gary, who was the last Englishman to play for Barcelona. Gary Lineker, of course, this is Gary Cottrell, who's never played for Barcelona or Manchester United or Aston Villa and was never likely to. But yeah, what a tour de force that was from Marcus Rashford just behind me. It lasted a good 30 minutes. He looked smart. He was very, very happy, smiling all over his face, handled the questions really well and just spoke about how much he's enjoyed being in Barcelona for the last 48 hours or so. He arrived on Sunday night. He says it's a great dressing room, great players who he's already getting along with, a great management team. The club, he says, one of the top clubs in the world, a club that he is honoured to play for. He wants to win things for the fans. He wants to win things for himself, of course. And as I say, lots and lots of questions just about how happy he is after a summer of speculation, after hearing that he only wanted to leave Manchester United for one place, and that was Barcelona. Just how happy he was to be at this iconic club.
I want to win the biggest trophies, and I feel like Barcelona, the club, is obviously a huge club in the football world. So it's the perfect place to go and win the biggest trophies. And you see with the team last season, they have a very young team, ambitious team, and you know I want to come here and add my qualities, my personality, and try to improve the team and help them win. It's a unique club, so everything about the club is special. And yeah, of course, to wear this shirt is an honour, and I am ready to do my best for the club. And like I said, it for me is about winning. And you know, all my life growing up, and you know, I've of course watched many Barcelona games, and the club is about winning. Of course, it's about enjoyment, to express yourself, and you know, the players that have worn this shirt, they have all expressed themselves in their own way for the club. But ultimately, the club is built on winning, and you know, I'm here to try and add to this history.
And Gary, you mentioned he looked happy. The body language was good, wasn't it? He looks like he's ready for a new challenge. Very different from the Rashfords that we've seen at United and training by himself. What did he have to say about Manchester United?
Yeah, 100%, Gail, you're right. And I think if you were here, the aura was even more so that he was so happy that this could be another good part in what's been an up and down recent history in his career. If I move slightly out the way and we just go into that area over there, you can see that's where that 30-minute or so meeting the media was held. That whole area that you could see around the outside was packed with journalists and cameramen. I would say about 100 journalists and cameras, most of them from Spain, and virtually all of the questions, in fact, all of the questions were from Spanish reporters or Catalan reporters. No English reporters were allowed to ask questions, and I think that's because there was a cooperation here between Manchester United and Barcelona, and in fact Marcus Rashford's own personal representatives who were here for this, going around asking what questions were going to be asked. And I think they wanted to keep it all positive. They wanted to talk about going forward rather than looking back, and I think that's why, understandably, at the unveiling of this player, which they've worked so hard to get Barcelona, they decided in the end not to allow any English questions, just in case there was any negative slant to the questions about what went wrong at Manchester United, about how determined were you to come to Barcelona, about have you got a message for the Manchester United fans. They wanted to look ahead to Barcelona, but he was asked about Manchester United, why he was a different his demeanour was different now to what it was maybe a year ago, 6 months ago, and what he felt about the whole situation at Manchester United. And he tried to keep it positive.
Manchester United are actively pursuing RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko and Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins as part of their ongoing striker search this summer. After completing the signing of Brian Mbeumo, United are looking to add a proven goal scorer to lead the line following underwhelming returns from Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee last season. Sesko is understood to be keen on a move to Old Trafford, despite the club missing out on European football, and sources say Manchester United hold a key in negotiations after Arsenal shifted focus to Viktor Gyökeres. However, Leipzig's asking price is reported to be steep, around £67 million or higher, and United are weighing whether to push ahead. Watkins and Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson are also on United's radar, but all three are currently considered expensive targets, with talks described as normal but not yet active due to costs.